Hi, today we're going to learn how to use Careerflow's elevator pitch tool for a variety of use cases. If you don't know what an elevator pitch is, the simple concept is that if you're in an elevator with someone, you roughly have about a minute to kind of introduce yourself, sometimes even less. So you want to say the most important things about yourself that will leave a lasting impression on the person that you're with in the elevator so that they remember you and then there's something to take away for them. In today's context, elevators pitches can go even a step further and can be used as a LinkedIn intro message, an email introduction, or many other use cases. But conceptually, it's kind of meant to tell you that you need to make a short introduction of yourself. So let's begin. To create your elevator pitch, go to AI tools and click on the elevator pitch from the dropdown. And you'll see this screen, which is very similar to all of our AI tools at Careerflow, where you can essentially add in a couple of inputs and create a unique elevator pitch for yourself. So let's add a target job title. Now, you will notice that most of these fields are optional and only your profile is a required field. But let's say, as a simple case, I want to create an elevator pitch that I can use in an interview to explain who I am to the interviewer. So I can do a target job title, such as, let's say, product manager. The purpose, and there's a little tooltip here that helps you with the purpose, but it's essentially to talk about, what is it that you're trying to do with this pitch, right? As I mentioned before, there's a variety of things you can do an elevator pitch for. So in this case, the purpose would be introducing to a recruiter, right? And a focus area. So for example, I myself am today the CEO of Careerflow.ai, but I might want to, in the case of a product manager, introduction for a recruiter, focus on some key skills that I have that are useful for a product management role. In your context, you might be trying to, get a referral from someone and introducing yourself for a specific role. You might be looking to just have a general purpose elevator pitch, and there's a variety of purposes that you could have or focus areas. So for me, I would like to focus on how being a CEO helps me prepare for a PM role. And target audience, again, I kind of already talked about that, but in this case, this would be a recruiter who is the target audience. So I'll just write that and be more specific, recruiter at a FANG company. And FANG stands for, again, these top tech kind of companies. And so now, again, you can upload your resume or use a LinkedIn profile. For simplicity, in this demo, I will use a LinkedIn profile. And we have advanced settings for additional context, tone, length, etc. So in this case, I will keep the defaults just to show you, and we'll generate an elevator pitch. Now, as we can see, this elevator pitch will process and we will get a short elevator pitch. So let's look what it says. Hello, I'm Puneet Kohli. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've spent over 5 years in strategic leadership roles, including my current position as CEO of Careerflow.ai, where we are transforming job search tools with AI. Now, I won't read out the rest, but essentially it's talking about my journey and what skills I have. And then finally, it says this is helping me as I transition into a product management role. And I remember I said that it was a FANG recruiter. So I'm particularly interested in FANG companies where I can leverage my technical expertise and leadership skills to drive product. Now, if I like it, great. All I have to do is copy or download as a PDF. If I want to make edits, I can quickly edit in line, saying, looking forward, or something of that sort. If I would like, I can also regenerate and get an exact, using the same inputs, get another version of the same output. And if you've used any of our AI tools or any other AI tools, you should be familiar with this process by now. And here on the left, we can actually follow up. So for example, we'll see what gets generated, but if I don't like what comes out, I can basically create a brand new elevator pitch. Let's see. So, it's largely a similar elevator pitch with some differences, and I can follow up and say, make it shorter, and as you would expect, this would become shorter. So let's go back. You can also see the whole history of every single elevator pitch that you've generated over time. So as you can see, I've been playing around with this tool a lot. I've used it for various cases. But you can quickly open an elevator pitch and see what you've got. So now let's try another use case. I don't have a target job title. I just want to have a general purpose, right? And focus area, summarize my background. And target audience, let's just say anyone I speak to, right? And I want to use my LinkedIn profile again, and let's keep it casual this time and keep it medium again. So just to show you as an example, you can even generate a general purpose pitch that will sound pretty casual. Say, hey, I'm Puneet Kohli. I spent, 5 years at these kind of companies. This is what I'm doing today. If you're interested in these things, let's connect. And I might want to follow up and say, can you add a bit about my educational background and be less formal, right? And hopefully, our AI will go through this and make some changes that I am happy with. And again, I can keep doing this until I'm happy. So let's see, leading a company, I hold a master's degree, and it's less formal in my opinion. Awesome. Oh, it says, oh, and did I mention? Awesome. Great. So I like that, and then I can copy this, etc. Let's try another use case, which I think many of you might be interested in, is you have someone in mind who you're reaching out to on LinkedIn, and you want to send them that first LinkedIn intro message. So we might want to say introduction to hiring manager on LinkedIn. Focus area would be focus on my background relevant to the role and company. Target audience is, and what I'm going to do is in another tab, go through my contacts on Careerflow and pull someone up. So, okay, awesome. So let's assume this person is a hiring manager. So Aisha O, who is a hiring manager for a product marketing role. Right. And so in advanced settings, I will say, this is a LinkedIn introduction message, and I would eventually want to have an informational interview with Aisha. Let's focus, or let's keep that in mind. And I can keep this very enthusiastic because I obviously want them to respond, and I'll keep the length short in line with LinkedIn. And for context, I will also say Aisha's bio. And let's generate. So this is something that I can actually hopefully take if I'm happy with it. And when I go on LinkedIn and send a connection request to Aisha, I can add this as a note. So let's see what comes up. My journey from a software engineer. I hold this degree. I'd love to learn about your work in product marketing and see how we might collaborate. Great. So that's not something I'm too happy with, but it's a good start. So let's say, instead of collaborating, can we focus on having a coffee chat to learn more about what her company, what her team is focusing on in product marketing? Put less of my educational details and more of my skills that are relevant to her role. Let's see, hopefully again, as we iterate, we'll come up with the elevator pitch that I really like. And so through this process, let's see really quick. I noticed your passion for blah, blah, and blah. As someone who's doing this, I'd love to grab coffee and learn more about your team. So I think this is a great introduction for me to be able to hopefully secure an informational interview or coffee chat with this person. So as you can see, we can use this elevator pitch tool in a variety of different contexts. And we can also generate elevator pitches that are unique and tailored to various situations. There is no one size fits all, and there's no one elevator pitch for you across all contexts. As you can see, with just my own background, I've been able to tailor different elevator pitches for different use cases. I highly, highly recommend you try this tool out. There's a variety of amazing things that you can do with it. And if you have an interesting use case, I'd love to hear about it as well. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.